Hello and welcome to DMiNetz Language Academy and Overseas Education. Today we are going to discuss about the opportunities for young students and professionals who wish to pursue their higher studies in Germany. This is a presentation from DMiNetz International Germany. We are an education consulting company based in Germany and have started with language training in Borivali, Mumbai. Going ahead with the slides, first we will see what are the pros and cons of study in Germany. Let's talk about the cons first. What is the problem when somebody wants to study in Germany? What is the issue? The most significant problem is the language barrier. As you guys must already be knowing that uh, we think in India that English is the universal language, international language, and English can be used everywhere. But once you come to Germany, or for that matter, go to other countries like China, Japan, Russia, you'll realize that they value their local language very much, and they don't find the need to do anything or talk any thing in English. So they do everything in German. All the documentation, all the paperwork, all the communication is in German only. Maybe it is a supermarket when you want to buy something, or you want to go in a government office, or you want to go to the police for some reason, or any matter, you will need language that is German. That is the biggest barrier. The second barrier is high documentation and bureaucracy. The steps in Germany are not simple. They are very complicated and very convoluted. Even the Germans find it quite difficult sometimes to overcome the bureaucracy here. For that matter, we are there. We are DMiNetz International is there mainly for this purpose to straighten the convoluted path for candidates to guide them at every step of the way in the right direction so that they can achieve their career goals in Germany. We will talk about the pros, why people want to study in Germany, why there is a trend, why Germany has become a favorite study destination for students from India and all over the world. First thing is German education is very cost effective. The German universities, most of the public universities, they don't charge any fees. They charge small amount of fees. That is, they call it union fees or enrollment fees. That is around 500 euros per semester. But it is not a tuition fee. It's not like 20,000 euros or 40,000 euros, which universities in US or UK or Canada charge. So that is a very huge benefit, that the education here is very cost effective in the public universities. At least private universities, they charge, but the charge is not so high, like I just mentioned about other countries. The overall standard of education is very high in Germany. The German universities may not find place in top 10 universities in the world, or say for top 20 like Stanford or Harvard or Oxford, but overall the standard of education from German universities is considered significantly high in the world. It has a very high reputation in the global job market. In Germany, there is a huge professional opportunities in after study in Germany. Obviously, if a German company has to employ candidates, and one one is an Indian engineer, has studied in India and has worked in India till now, and another is an Indian engineer who has worked in India and after that did masters in Germany. Definitely, they will prefer that person with a degree from Germany because they trust their universities much more than they trust foreign universities. And also, that candidate, since he has been in Germany, he knows the system, he knows the language little bit. So to work with him would be more comfortable, more productive for the company. So, the next point I would talk about is the optimistic job market for the future. What do I mean by optimistic job market? That means that the population in Germany is aging. What does that have to do with the job market? It's very simple. As the population is aging, in future there will be less people to do the present jobs. The jobs will be there and they will also increase with time as the businesses progress. But the manpower to do that job will be less, which Germany is already facing at present. And for that reason, they hire foreign the specialists, doctors, engineers, scientists to work in their labs, in their institutions, their hospitals. So, and this is not going to decrease, this is going to increase in the future. Germany offers a chance to settle. It's not like other countries where you go and you are always on visa. If you lose your job, you have to go back to your country. It's not like that. Here in Germany, after a particular amount of time, you are entitled to a blue card, that is permanent residence, and after a particular amount of time, you also get a citizenship. So you can settle in Germany for a longer duration, for maybe entire life, if you choose to do so. High standards of living. German standards of living are known in the entire world, that they try to maintain good work-life balance. They doing going on vacations every 3 months is very normal here in Germany. The roads that they have, the infrastructure that they maintain it more or less in the entire country. And then there is a very high value of German education around the world. So, through this slide, we have tried to give you a perspective why German education is a favorite destination at present, why more and more students and professionals wish to come into Germany, work and study here, and move ahead in their career ladders. Moving to the next slide, we will see what is the procedure. This presentation is specifically for students who wish to do their engineering or medical studies in Germany. And in this slide, we are going to talk about the requirements for admission in German universities. What is the first requirement? First requirement is the student has to have good grades, good scores. So with low scores, Germany is closed. Germany is not a country like Ukraine or Bulgaria or Romania, where people go when they don't find any other place. So Germany, because as we all know, it's one of the most developed country in the world, has very high standards. So there is also very high competition. That is why person has to have good scores in the 12th exams. Maybe HSC, CBSC, ICSC, or the British board, international board. So whatever, but the scores have to be good. German language of B1 level is required for admission in most of the universities. So some universities also take test DAF tests or the scores. The test DAF level 4 is required for them. Then the German education system is like the school system in Germany is of 13 years duration, while in most parts of the world the school education system is only for 12 years. So this gap of 12 months, German authorities or the German government wants that 12-month to be overlapped, to be somehow fulfilled. And what is the method for that? Studienkolleg. So a 12th pass student from India has to do 12-month Studienkolleg in Germany. That is you can call it as a foundation course for a pre-university foundation course. 12-month Studienkolleg in Germany, and after that Studienkolleg, there is an exam called Feststellungsprüfung. That exam is the qualifying exam. Once you clear that exam with good scores, the score from this Feststellungsprüfung and your score from 12th standard, they will be averaged, and there is a formula how the authorities do that. They give you a German note, it is called note. Note means basically point or marks. They give you a German note, and with that German note, you can apply to the universities in Germany. And depending upon your scores, if your scores are good, not good, which course do you want to apply, which university are you applying, you will be either get you will either get admission in a university or you will not get in a particular university. And in that case, if you apply to other universities, then you will get it there. So it is like that. So your preference and the university's preference both are to be matched. So, so as I mentioned, after Feststellungsprüfung, you apply for admission application to suitable courses in universities. Going to the next slide, what is a Studienkolleg? As I've already mentioned, it's a foundation program for international students to overlap missing 12 months of school education. These are mainly of three kinds. The T course, that is for technical studies, people who want to get into engineering. The what subjects this T course includes? It's German, physics, chemistry, and maths. The next course is M course, that is for medical studies. People, that is basically people who wants to get into MBBS in Germany. They have to take M course, and this will include German, physics, chemistry, biology. For business people interested in business studies, that is management studies or these economics or finance or these kind of business studies, they will have to take a W course, which will include German, maths, economics, business studies, and English. So this is about the brief idea of Studienkolleg. Duration is 12 months. There are many options for Studienkolleg: private, government, university, non-university. So we'll talk about that. And whatever information could not be covered in presentation, we are always there to guide you, to counsel you. I mean, people can register with DMiNetz and avail our services. So let's move ahead. We will discuss about admission of public Studienkolleg. What is a public Studienkolleg? Like the name suggests, it's a government body, as a government institute, a government course. So the benefit of this course that you can see in the red marked, there's no tuition fee in public Studienkolleg. So there are pros and cons for everything. As there is no tuition fee, but there is an entrance test, and we'll go step by step. We'll see how do you, if you want to get into the public Studienkolleg where you can save on the tuition fee, then after registration with DMiNetz, your application to selected universities will be sent through after thorough analysis of the requirements of the university and profile of the candidate. The mistake what most candidates do is they try to do these things themselves. They don't know how they should make their CV or their profile in a German way, and they also don't know what university requires what documents or what standards. So they apply to universities which are definitely going to reject them. So they spend on the university fees, like every application costs 70 euros, and like a first application costs 70 euros, and after that second applications costs 30 euros. So if you make say only four applications, and you spend so much amount, and if applications are wrong, you have also lost the application fee because the application fee is non-refundable. So this is where DMiNetz comes into picture, that we guide you with thorough analysis which course is right for you with your profile. How do you make your profile, how do you make your CV impressive and suitable to the German system? So this is the second point here. Moving ahead, language training. As I have already mentioned, that B1 level of German is mandatory for applying to any German university for a German language course that is in German. For English, that is IELTS is mandatory. For courses that are in German, which are most of the courses are in German, the English courses are very few, and that too very selective. So one has to think that okay, when one is coming to Germany, one has to study in German. That is one has to have that in mind. So you have to do language training from that is Goethe is the certificate, international certificate. We also have an institute in Mumbai, in South Mumbai. So we at DMiNetz also adhere to the standards of Goethe International, and we teach accordingly according to the common European reference framework. And the B1 up to B1 can be done at DMiNetz Language Academy in Borivali. And after B1, as I have mentioned, applications will be sent after thorough analysis, after acceptance in the university. Your documents are gone to the university, your university will assess them if that matches to the requirement, not matches to the requirement. If they find that you match to the requirements and they would like to take you in their course, then they will give you a deficit. They will give you that okay, everything is fine. Now you have to do this 12 months of foundation course, that is student colleague. They will also give you the place where you have to do it. You don't have to pay any fees for that. But before you start that student colleague in Germany, you have to take that exam going before going to a student colleague, so that do you match the standards of that student colleague. So this exam is called Aufnahmeprüfung, entry to student public student colleague after Aufnahmeprüfung conducted by student colleague in Germany. So if you clear this exam, you go to student colleague. If you don't clear this exam, then you can take it again 2 times. So then after student colleague, we are assuming that you pass this exam and you go into student colleague. After 12 months, you take Feststellungsprüfung, and after completion of Feststellungsprüfung, you apply to the and you go to the, because initially we have applied to the university, we got acceptance from the university. That means you complete your student colleague, you go to that same university, to that same very course. This is about public student colleague. Now, talking about privat student colleague, private student colleague, how it is different. Here also we start with registration with DMiNetz. Here, instead of applying to the universities, you apply to the student colleague first. Secure admission into a student colleague at, this is also a university, but it is not a government university. It's a University of Applied Sciences. It's a private university, but all the features of a university. So secure admission into student colleague at University of Applied Sciences. Here, even though there is no entrance test, but we prefer students with high scores. That is, for medical studies, students must have almost like above 75%, and for engineering, they must have more than 60%. As I have said, there is no entrance test, but candidates, we still seek sound candidates who can, with hard work and perseverance, stand on the German standards. Further, after admission, here we already have admission in student colleague, then you start with language training. You do Goethe levels at A1, A2 at DMiNetz Language Academy. Here, remember, here you don't have to do till B1, only till A2. The rest of the B1 to C1 language levels will be done at the same university in Germany, parallel to student colleague. So here what one does is saves time and also does language till C1 level. So instead of just B1 in the public university. So after 12 months of student colleague, Feststellungsprüfung at the end of student colleague is conducted. That is the same. And once you pass this Feststellungsprüfung, you can apply to all the universities in Germany because it is valid in the entire country. Then after once you have cleared that professional proofing, applications are to be sent to university for university admission. We at DMiNetz also assist and guide students during university applications later on. So going to the next slide, here always whenever we talk to any candidate or their parents, finances are a major issue. First thing what they want to know is how much is it going to cost, and that's a very valid question because people who are not very super rich, finances of studies of education abroad, the living expenses are always a headache. So here I have tried to put things in some perspective. Here we are talking about expenses to be expected for a private student colleague. That's a private student colleague where there was a guaranteed admission, there was no exam, and the language was also taught parallelly by the university without any additional cost in Germany. So here this start with registration with DMiNetz. The cost you can see, the language course will be done till B1 can be done, A1, A2 can be done depending upon the candidates. If they have time, they can do B1. The tuition fee of student colleague is there. One has to open blocked account for every, that is for everybody, that is also for public and for private. Blocked account is the account which you open in a German bank in India, that you the amount of around 8,700 euros. From this is actually your money, you don't give it to anybody, it is your money, it's in your account, but the account is blocked. That means when you come to Germany, then you can withdraw a particular amount, around 700 euros monthly from this account. This is basically a security for the government that okay, the students have come, but they have money in their account. It's not like they are here, they come here, and now they have nothing, so they are in trouble. So this is about student blocked account. Health insurance, around 100 euros monthly, and visa fees. So the approximate costs for people who want to study in private student college, this is very approximate. This can vary a little bit here and there. So this is 18 to 20 lakhs can be expected both for engineering and for medicine. It's not different. The course is same for both the courses. What is the living costs here? As I have told you already, around 700 euro per month is the living expense. And after admission to the university, you pay around 500 euros per semester, per 6 months to the university. So this is, and the living cost monthly expenses will be covered also, has to be counted also for the university duration. If the course is of say 4 years duration, then that means 48 months. So 48 months into 700, living cost has to be calculated when you sit with the calculations about the finances of study in Germany. Going to the another slide, here we talk about the expenses to be expected in public student colleague, that is the government. Here we start with registration with DMiNetz. The language which is required, B1, will be conducted at DMiNetz Language Academy in Mumbai. The tuition fee for 12 months, there is no tuition fee basically. It's no fees I have written here. The blocked account is the same thing as I have mentioned. Health insurance is same. Visa fees is similar. So here without paying for the student colleague, the amount here we have not paid to any university, you have not paid, you have just done your language, you have opened an account from the money from which you will use for 1 month, 1 year, and you have paid for the visa and the health insurance. So it comes to around 10 to 12 lakhs before starting the university course. After starting the university course, you will pay approximately 500 euros per semester to the university, and monthly expenses of 700 euros per month. So this is the finances. How DMiNetz works as a gateway to graduate education in Germany. The language courses from A1 to B1 are conceptualized on international standards. We use international texts, international study materials, which are used in the institutes in Germany and standard institutes. We prepare you for international exams like Goethe certificate exam or test DAF exams at Borivali. So we assist in admission in student colleague and public or private German universities or University of Applied Sciences. We sit with the candidate and their parents, discuss the various options about the finances, the pros and the cons and everything. And then according to the mutual benefit and the interest of the candidate, it can be arranged and can be arranged as in the application can be sent. The admission to any university, any government university, is a prerogative of the university. They will analyze your documents and check if everything matches to their standards or how the competition is. If you have, say, 90%, but somebody else has 91%, so it's not that you have less scores, but it's that others have higher scores, then he will be preferred. So these things are done by the university. There, DMiNetz does not have any role in government universities. About the student colleague in private Fachhochschule, that is a assured thing. That you there is no exam for that, so that will be definite. So we assist in we help in accommodation search, as in we guide how do you do, what should you look for, what is the meaning of what. Once you get an offer for accommodation, what things should you ask about. So basically, guidance and counseling is a continuous process by us. Assistance for documentation for visa, that is also conducted. After student colleague, assistant with university application, and regular guidance and counseling from Germany, that is forgiven. We are till the day you get admission in your university course. All right, then. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And I hope this presentation has given you some perspective, some inputs about study in Germany. For more questions and details, you can inquire in our office. Also, you can book Skype counseling sessions with DMiNetz International in Germany so that you can get direct information. So details about the appointments and everything you can get from the office. So, and yeah, all right. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye bye.